Hi friends! Alright, I was so excited to make some more videos for you today. I hope that you liked the ones yesterday and that you had some fun with them. And if not, you can go back and do them. You can do them as many times as you want. The whole point is to have fun and to use our brains and our imaginations. Alright? So, even though we're not in the same room, we can still learn together. So yesterday we talked about, what did we use to make the leprechaun traps? Simple machines. So we're talking a little more about simple machines. But I have a game for you. Now this game, you're going to have to think, all right? I am going to tell you about a special job that uses a simple machine. All right? You're going to try to figure out what simple machine I'm talking about. Are you ready? Okay. So, the first job is a chef. Someone who cooks. So, think about someone who cooks. They're in the kitchen. They're working on making a delicious dinner. And they have a potato that they need to cut up. What simple machine would they use to cut the potato? If you said a knife, then you're right. A knife is a simple machine. Now, here's the tricky part. What kind of simple machine is it? Remember, we have a pulley that you move and it helps pull something. We have a lever, which remember goes up and down like this, like a seesaw. We have a wedge. Remember, something that can go in between. All right, something small usually. An incline, something that is tilted. A screw, something that you turn. Or a wheel, which we all know what a wheel is. And there's wheels on lots of things. But what is a knife? We talked about this one in class. This is the tricky one. A wedge. Wedges are kind of tricky. They're hard to describe. They're hard to think exactly what they are. I know we were working on that one. But yes, a wedge is a knife. And it can cut through, making something into two. It goes between the two parts. All right, that was a hard one to start out, to think of what a knife was. But I bet you guessed it. All right, so our next job is a gardener. Now, a gardener working in the garden, planting beautiful flowers, but there's a weed. And we got to get that weed out of our garden. What could we use to dig up the weed? What do we use to dig? We have these in our sandbox at school too. If you said a shovel, then you are right. And a shovel is a simple machine. But what kind of simple machine? Let's think about this. A shovel can go down under the weed and then we push it up. So the shovel goes down and then up. Down to go in, up to go down. What kind of simple machine can go up and down like that? That would be a lever. A shovel is a kind of lever. All right, here's the next one. All right, I hope you all have your thinking caps on. Okay, the next job, it's very important, a painter. Now, if you're a painter, think about painting a whole house. That is a big job. And how are you going to paint the places that are way up high that you can't reach? no matter how hard you try. What could you use to get up to those really high places? Just think a minute. What would help you climb up there? I would use a ladder. Now, a ladder, picture a ladder leaning against the house. What shape is this? What is that? A ladder leaning like that isn't flat. It is an incline. So a ladder is an inclined plane. That's that tricky word, inclined plane. So tilted. All right. Our next job, next job is a fisherman. It's fun to go out on your boat, getting fish, trying to catch the biggest one you can. But you don't want to sit over here on the water. You want to go across the water over there. To get your boat to move, you start something on your boat very special that starts to turn, and it goes around and around, faster and faster and faster. What is on the back of a boat that goes around and around and around to help move it? This is a tricky one. I wonder if anyone is going to get it. That is called a propeller. Let's try that one again, okay? Say that one with me. Propeller. That's a tricky word. So it goes around and around and around, and it turns the water and helps to start moving the boat to go across. So what kind of simple machine goes around? What do we turn? What moves in that circular shape? That would be something that is a screw. Something that makes that turning motion. All right, remember when I brought in the screws and we had to think of the way they moved? Round like that, you could tell on the screw how they turned. They had all those little ridges on them. It's the same thing. This turns around and around. So a propeller is a screw. All right, I have one more. There is one more simple machine we haven't said yet. So this job that uses this very special simple machine is a tow truck driver. Have you ever seen a tow truck? That's a big truck that goes along and they go to help other cars. They can help pull cars. They can help lift things up. Because on the back of their truck, they have a very special, simple machine. Something that has a hook on it that can go up and down. If you said a pulley, then you're right. A tow truck has a pulley on the back. That's how it can lift things up and help to pull. All right. So that was probably a hard game for a lot of people. I'd have a hard time thinking of those. So great job for trying your hardest and for really working hard to use your imagination. All right. We have one more thing we're going to do. Getting my board ready because I have a special game with numbers. We were working really hard on our numbers, so I want to see if you remember them, okay? We haven't done them in a little while, so it's okay if you can't remember them right away. Maybe this will help you think of them. All right, so I'm going to draw something on my board. Right now there's nothing on there. Okay, so once there was a girl. It's my beautiful drawing of a girl. How many girls are there? Just one. So I am going to draw a number 1. Although when I turn that around, we can't see it in there. Let me try to draw it so you can see it right. There we go. A number 1. Sometimes a number 1 can also look like that. So it can look 2 different ways. All right? But they're both 1s. And there is 1 girl. Now, this girl was out picking flowers. How many flowers do you think she was picking? Any predictions? Any guesses? Remember, predictions are never bad. All predictions are good because it's just what we're thinking. If you were thinking she was picking this many flowers, you'd be right. How many is that? Let's count them together. 1, 2, 3, 4. I am going to draw a number 4. Have to draw it for you so you can see. Let me see. My camera makes everything look backwards, so I have to be very careful how I'm drawing my numbers. There we go. 4 beautiful flowers. Now, she had 4 flowers, and she was going to give them to her friends. So she had 4 flowers. She was going to give some to one friend and some to another friend, which would make how many friends? Did you say 2? 2 friends. I am going to draw a number 2. There we go. So 2 friends. Now she had 4 flowers, and she's going to give some to one friend and some to another. This is the tricky part. How many flowers does each friend get? Remember, we have 1 flower, 2 flowers, 3 flowers, 4 flowers. So let's give 1 flower over here to this friend. All right, so I'm going to draw a flower in her hand. All right, she's holding that beautiful flower there. Now we need to be fair and give a flower to the other friend, right? So she's holding a flower. Okay, we still have a couple flowers down here. Let's give another flower over here. Oh, now she has one for each hand. There is, how many flowers left? 1 flower left. Now, each friend has how many flowers? This friend has 1, 2 flowers, just like our number 2 there. And this friend has 1, 2 flowers. All right. So, let's see. In our story, there was a girl who went and picked flowers for her friends. Now, her and her friends all went to the little girl's house. Now, this was a beautiful house, and it had some beautiful windows. Why don't you make your next guess? How many windows do you think it had? It has different kinds of windows. It has a big window here, a little bit smaller window here, and a different shape window up here. Because windows can come in different shapes. So how many windows does this house have? 1, 2, 3. All right, so get in your mind, picture how a 3 looks. Let's see if you're right. that what you were thinking? That is the number 3. 3 windows. All right, so they went in to this beautiful house with the 3 windows, and they were going to have a tea party. Now, at this tea party, there were some delicious chocolate chip cookies. I would sure like to go to a tea party with chocolate chip cookies. That sounds delicious. Gotta make my chocolate chips here. Now, there were a lot of cookies. So, this is a bigger number. How many cookies were there at the tea party? Let's count them together, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cookies. All right. 9. Remember, 9 and 6 kind of look the same. 9 has the circle on the top and a line. A 6 has a line and then the circle at the bottom. So it's the opposite. See, they look a lot alike. But there are 9 cookies, which is that number right there. So there's 3 friends. They're going to eat all these cookies. I wonder how many cookies would each friend get? So I'm going to draw our 3 friends real quick. 1, 2, 3. We have 3 friends, and they're going to share these cookies. How many cookies would each one get? Let's see here. Let's see. This friend up here is by 1, 2, 3 cookies. The next friend is by 1, 2, 3 cookies. And the last friend is by 1, 2, 3 cookies. They each get 3 cookies. That sounds like a wonderful tea party. All right. So those were 2 little bit trickier things, because numbers can be kind of confusing, but we're going to keep working on them. And I bet you did amazing. And I bet you did amazing at figuring out the jobs and the simple machines that went with them. All right? Okay, well, I will talk to you guys again real soon. I'm going to make another video for you with a special story. All right? So make sure you watch and listen to what happens in the story in the next video. All right.